So today I am going to start a new subject. The name of subject is banking. So already I said I am teaching two subjects, accountancy and banking. Okay. So before discussing the chapter, the subject, let me ask some questions. So tell me some names of commercial bank. Karthik, tell me some names of commercial banks. Any banks?
So Federal Bank,
Yes, Central Bank,
Federal Bank,
Federal Bank,
SBI,
SBI. Okay, very good. Next, how many of you have gone to bank for transacting purpose? Anyone? No? Then first we will talk about the syllabus of banking. There are 5 chapters in the banking subject. So I will show the name of subjects, the curriculum of banking. So total 5 chapters. First chapter, definitions and functions of bank. Definitions and functions of bank. Definitions and functions of banking and Indian banking. So in that chapter, you will study the meaning, definitions, functions, and banking systems. Types of bank. So second chapter, banker and customer, means relationship between banker, bank, and customer. In that chapter, you will study special type of customers, opening and operating account, then types of accounts, then nomination, then KYC requirements. So everything you will study in the second chapter, banker and customer. Then will come about the third chapter, employment of bank funds. How the banks are utilizing the funds. Sometimes they will invest in the shares, sometimes they will give as a loan, otherwise overdraft, otherwise discounting bill of exchange. So employment of bank funds, that you will study in the third chapter. Next, fourth chapter, laws relating to negotiable instruments. So in that chapter, you will study about checks, promissory notes, bill of exchange, endorsement, types of endorsement. So you will study related with the negotiable instrument, the instrument which can be easily transferable from one person to another, that you will study in that chapter. Next, Last, communication at workplace. In that, you will study communication skills, self-management skills, IT skills. So that you will study in the 5th chapter. These are our curriculum of banking. Only 5 chapters. So total 100, out of 100, 60 mark theory and 40 practical. Practical means project with Viva. Clear? Okay. So next, I will start the concept of bank. So we know that finance is the lifeblood of business. Finance is the lifeblood of business. Finance is required for the regular supply of goods and services from the producer to the ultimate consumer. So banks plays a vital role in meeting the financial requirements of business. You even have to mute the microphone. Abhijay. Okay. So banks plays a vital role in meeting the financial requirements of business. So nowadays, banking acts as a backbone of modern business. Means development of any country depends upon the banking system. So the term bank is derived from the Italian word banca, or from the French word bank. Okay, so it is derived from the Italian word and from the French word bank, which means bench or money exchangeable table. Okay, which means money exchangeable table. So the necessity of saving was felt by the people even in olden days. So in olden days, they used to save money in their homes. But there will be a risk. So it involved the risk of loss by theft, robbery, and other accidents. So there will be a need of a place where people can save their money and can withdraw the money as and when they require. So banks are the place where the people can deposit their savings and can withdraw the amount as and when they require. Then people who wish to borrow money for business and other purpose can also get loan from bank at a reasonable rate of interest. Means that time there will be a need of a place where people can save their money. So there only bank will come. So banks are the place where people can deposit their savings with the assurance that they can able to withdraw the money as and when they require. Then they will also get loan for business and other purpose at a reasonable rate of interest. If you are saving money at their home in olden days, there will be a risk, theft. So here it is safe. Then only, there only the bank will arise. bank arised that time only. So banks are the place where people can deposit their savings with the assurance that they can able to withdraw the money as and when they required. Then they can also get a loan for business and other purpose at a reasonable rate of interest. So now I will tell the simple meaning of bank. A bank is a financial institution which deals with money and credit. A bank is a financial institution which deals with money and credit. So what do you mean by money? Anyone? What do you mean by money? Money is anything which is generally accepted as a medium of exchange. Money is anything which is generally accepted as a medium of exchange. Otherwise, anything which is accepted, generally accepted in payment for goods or in discharge of other obligations, that is money. So what do you mean by credit? Credit means payment of money is postponed for a future date, that is credit. So a bank is a financial institution which deals with money and credit. So money and credit. So it helps to, the bank will help to transfer money from one place to another. And it helps to withdraw money, it helps to take a, it helps to accept, it helps to get a loan from the bank. Then bank accepts deposits and lend money to those who are in need of it. So simple meaning of bank means a bank is a financial institution which deals with money and credit. Then it accepts deposits and lend money to those who are in need of it. Then it helps to transfer money from one place to another. Then it is very difficult to define the term banking because lot of functions are performed by the bank. So it is very difficult to include all the functions in one definition. So, but one famous definition is there. According to Banking Regulations Act 1949, a banking is one which transacts the business of banking. A banking is one which transacts the business of banking. Means they are dealing the business of banking. What is the business they are doing? Which means accepting. Accepting means receiving deposit from the public. For what purpose they are receiving the deposit from the public? For the purpose of lending, for the purpose of giving loan. Accepting, it is a famous definition, so you have to study. Accepting for the purpose of lending, for the purpose of giving loan, or investment of deposit of money from the public. Means otherwise they will invest in the shares, they will invest in the mutual fund, they will invest in any company's shares. Then the repayable loan, when the bank will repay the deposit on demand or otherwise. Demand, otherwise after the expiry of certain period. And withdrawable by, the customers can withdraw by check, draft, order or otherwise. Through that way they can withdraw the money. So this is the famous definition of banking. According to Banking Regulation Act 1949, a banking is one which transacts the business of banking, which means accepting. Accepting means receiving deposit from the public. For what purpose they are receiving deposit from the public? For the purpose of giving loan or for the purpose of investing in the shares. And repayable on demand or otherwise, and the withdrawable Customer can withdraw by through using check, through using DD, draft, order, or other ways, or using paying slip, we can easily withdraw the money. So first I said the meaning of bank. A bank is a financial institution which deals in money with money and credit. It accepts deposit and lend money to those who are in need of it. It helps to transfer money from one place to another. Then definition I said, according to Banking Regulation Act, a banking is one which transacts the business of banking, which means accepting for the purpose of lending or investment of deposit of money from the public, repayable on demand or otherwise, and withdrawable by check, draft, or otherwise. Okay, next I will teach the functions of a bank. Functions of a bank. So the functions of a bank can be classified into two categories: primary functions and secondary functions. The functions of a bank can be classified into two categories: primary functions and secondary functions. Under primary functions, it contains accepting deposits, second one granting loans and advances. Primary functions include two main primary functions: accepting deposits and granting loans and advances. Then under secondary functions, it contains agency functions and general utility services. Agency functions and general utility services. General utility services. Okay. The functions can be classified into two categories, that is primary functions and secondary functions. Under primary functions, two main functions are there: accepting deposits and granting loans and advances. Then under secondary functions, it contains two services: agency services and general utility services. So first I will discuss the primary functions. First one, accepting deposits. Accepting deposits. So one of the important functions of bank is to receive deposits from the public. Receive deposits from the public. It provides the bank with a necessary fund for lending purpose. This fund only we are using for lending purpose, for giving loan. Hence, the bank have to attract different kind of deposits by offering some rate of interest. So, to meet the requirements of different types of customers, the bank accepts different kinds of deposits. So the name of the deposits are fixed deposits account, current deposits account, saving deposit account, recurring deposits account. Okay, there are four kinds of deposits: fixed deposits account, current deposit account, saving deposit account, and recurring deposit account. So first one is fixed deposit account. Fixed deposit account. What do you mean by fixed deposit account? Under fixed deposit account, a fixed amount is accepted by the banker for a fixed period. A fixed amount is accepted by the bank for a fixed period, then they are normally repaid after the expiry of a fixed period. So if it is for 10 years, after 10 years only, we will get the amount. That is fixed deposit account. Suppose you are depositing 10 lakh. So it is accepted by, the 10 lakh is accepted by the bank for a fixed period, for a period of 10 years. So you will get the amount after the 10 years. So you will get the amount with interest. The fixed income you will get, fixed interest you will get. Regularly you will get the fixed interest. Okay, then the rate of interest is high for a fixed deposit. If you deposit any amount in the saving deposit, fixed deposit account, you will get high interest. Then if the period is for 10 years, if it is the period is long, means the rate of interest will be high. It will increase rate of interest because the period of deposit is long. Then, so we said they are repayable after the expiry of certain period. But if the customers want emergency cash, they can withdraw the money from the fixed deposit account. But one thing you have to remember, the rate of interest may be low. They will decrease the rate of interest. They will give less amount as interest. That is fixed deposit account. So it is also known as time deposit or term deposit. Time deposit or term deposit. That is fixed deposit account. So any doubt related with the fixed deposit? Anyone? Do you understand what I am teaching? Give reply. Karthik, do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So next, so I said a fixed deposit account, a fixed amount is accepted by the bank for a fixed period, 10 lakh for a period of 10 years. So after 10 years, we will get the amounts. Then rate of interest is very high compared to other type of deposit. Next one is current deposit account. Current deposit account. So this account is suitable to businessmen. Only the business people are taking current account. So current account is a running account which may be operated any number of times during a working day. Current account is a running account which may be operated any number of times during a working day. That is current deposit account. Okay, current accounting is a running account which may be operated any number of times during a working day. Means usually there is no restriction on the number and the amount of withdrawal from the current account. No restrictions related with the number and amount of withdrawal from the current account. Then the current account holder should keep a minimum balance of rupees 500 in a mechanized branch, in a large branch 5,000, but there is a variation in the minimum amount to be kept by the current account holder on the base of bank. It depends. There is a variation. Okay. So then one thing you have to remember, no interest is allowed to the current account holder. Normally, no interest is allowed to the current account holder. Then the bank may charge nominal amount as incidental charges from the depositor. Okay. Then one additional benefit they are getting, current account holder are getting. So they are getting one additional facility, that is overdraft. Overdraft facilities are given only to the current account holder. It is not given to other account holder. Overdraft facilities are given only to the current account holder. So what do you mean by overdraft? Overdraft means they can withdraw the amount more than their deposits. Suppose they have 1 lakh in their current account, but they can withdraw 1,50,000. So 50,000 excess they can withdraw. So this facility is given only to the current account holder. But one thing is that no interest is allowed to the current account holder. Okay? No interest is allowed to the current account holder. But additional advantages, they are getting overdraft facility. Then there is no restriction on the number and amount of withdrawal from the current account. Any amount, any number of times we can withdraw the amounts. No restrictions, because it is a running account. This account is suitable only to businessman, current account. Clear? So next one is saving deposit account. Saving deposit account. It is mainly done to encourage the saving habit of a people. This account is preferred by the middle and low income groups. It is preferred by the salaried people. Saving deposit. Then the rate of interest is low compared to the fixed deposit account. Then the bank places some restriction on the number and the amount of withdrawal from that saving account. But in the current account, there is no restriction on the number and the amount of withdrawal from the current account. But in saving deposit account, the bank places some restriction. Depends upon the bank, number and the amount of withdrawal. Then they should keep a minimum balance of rupees. Sometimes we can open account with a zero balance, or 500, 1,000, depending upon the banks. Okay, that is saving deposit account. To encourage the saving habit of people, we open saving deposit account. This is preferred by the middle and low income groups. Next, last one is recurring deposit account. Recurring deposit account. The purpose of this type of account is to encourage the public to save regularly a fixed sum. To save regularly a fixed sum. So under this type of account, a fixed amount is deposited at regular intervals for an agreed period. A fixed amount is deposited at regular intervals for an agreed period. If it is a 10,000, 10,000 monthly I am giving for the period of 10 years or 5 years. That is recurring deposit account. It is not like a fixed deposit. Fixed deposit means first lump sum amount, 10 lakh. But here means a fixed amount at regular intervals, 10,000 per month for a period of 10 years or 15 years. That is recurring deposit account. Means encourage the public to save regularly a fixed sum, like a chits fund, KSFE chits. That is recurring deposit account. Then the rate of interest may be nearly the rate of interest given to the fixed deposit account. That is related with the recurring deposit account. Then first I said the meaning of bank. A bank is a financial institution which deals with money and credit. Then I said the definition of banking. Accepting for the purpose of lending or investment of deposit of money from the public, repayable on demand or otherwise, and withdrawable by check, draft, order or otherwise. Then I said the functions of a bank. The functions of a bank can be classified into two broad categories, that is primary functions and the secondary functions. Under primary functions, it includes the two main functions, accepting deposit and granting loans and advances. Then the secondary functions include agency services and general utility services. Then I said the primary function, first one, accepting deposit. Under the bank accept different kind of deposits. Fixed deposits account, I said a fixed amount is accepted by the bank for a fixed period. The rate of interest is high. Then I said about current deposit account, it is suitable to businessman. It is a running account which may be operated any number of times during a working day. Then usually no interest is allowed to the current account holder. Next, saving deposit account. It is preferred by the middle and low income groups. Then the rate of interest is low compared to fixed deposit. Then recurring deposit, under this type of account, a fixed amount is deposited at regular intervals for an agreed period. Then the rate of interest also very high. So today's session is over. So thank you all. Have a nice day.
Thank you, sir.